Hello, everyone. Welcome to this presentation. My name is Atif Khan. I'm CTO and co-founder of Alkira. At last ONAG, I presented a 10-minute overview of Alkira's solution. Today, I'm excited to share with you one of our enterprise customers' cloud network deployment. Before we get into the details of the deployment, I would like to do a recap of Alkira's network cloud. So Alkira's network cloud, as most of you know, is consumed as a service. It provides seamless global unified connectivity, one way of connecting to any endpoint, whether endpoint is any cloud, any branch, any data center, or any SaaS application. Customers do not need to learn each cloud separately from a network and higher layer services perspective. Customers don't have to build their own multi-cloud infrastructure. You can think of this as network infrastructure as a service. It comes with integrated higher layer services, such as firewalls, other network services. Whether customer needs like a firewall, whether it's a third-party firewall or Alkira's, IP address management service, network address translation service, inter-segment routing service with network address translation or cloud governance, etc. Or they just want to scale their remote user use case where thousands of their employees are working from homes in different locations in the world, and they need a solution that scales in the cloud. It also provides a full end-to-end visibility, network controls that include routing policies, network policies, etc. Also provides monitoring and troubleshooting capabilities for day two operations. This network cloud is very scalable, and it's also highly available. Alkira provides SLA to its customers as well. And this cloud, network cloud scales as customers' needs scale. As you know, it's all software driven, so there's no need to manage any hardware, etc. It's agile, meaning that it's able to onboard a new cloud or a region or on-prem location in like minutes rather than weeks to months. It's on demand, both for network connectivity and services. You're able to bring up services such as firewall and connectivity on-demand basis. It's also very extensible, meaning that it's extensible to any region or any cloud. Above all of this, it's got a highly intuitive and simple to use user interface. But at the same time, you can build your network cloud per your requirements using Terraform also. Let's take a look at some of the design requirements this customer started with. Above all, high throughput cloud access, especially from the data centers. They required multi-gig connectivity from the data centers into the cloud. They required end-to-end segmentation, which extended all the way into the cloud. High availability and redundancy is one of the key requirements. Full operational visibility and control, meaning that end-to-end visibility, whether it's on-prem, whether it's cloud, whether it's cloud-to-cloud traffic, whether it's on-prem to cloud traffic or on-prem to on-prem traffic. So they required full visibility. Full controls from network control perspective, routing policies, routing controls, and also above all, simplified network provisioning, meaning that being able to provision any network, any cloud, any service within minutes. So this is what their network looked like before they started deploying Alkira's network cloud. They started deploying their own infrastructure in colos. Here, what you see are two different colos with the infrastructure they were building: routers, switches, firewalls, cloud interconnects to connect to multiple clouds, and then extending MPLS from data centers to these co-locations. This infrastructure, this is heavily hardware dependent. if you look at it, managing this infrastructure becomes very complicated very quickly. Just managing routing between different clouds, coming up with segmentation, managing segmentation, extending that segmentation from on-prem into the cloud. Managing these firewalls, there was no capability of auto scaling the firewalls up or down. So all in all, this became a very complicated, very expensive, not from just the CapEx perspective, but also expensive from the OpEx, because just managing this network requires a lot of resources. So this is how it looks like. It looks with Alkira's solution. They started with two cloud exchange points in the US, connected to one cloud here. You see one cloud connected to both CXPs, different regions, two different segments, production and non-production segment. There are Palo Alto firewalls in the CXPs. Then they brought in high-speed connections from data centers into the CXP using AWS's Direct Connect. And they also have SD-WAN deployed, where they spun up instantiated virtual SD-WAN appliances inside the CXPs and extended their SD-WAN fabric into the CXP. Here you see multiple branches connected to the CXPs. You have data centers connected to CXPs via high-speed connectors. And it provides any endpoint to any endpoint connectivity. So whether you're coming from a data center and going to a cloud in a different region, or it's cloud to cloud or cloud to internet, all traffic goes through the CXP, and based on the traffic policies, traffic gets steered through the firewall. So if you compare this with the previous slide, this simplifies everything extremely, and also all of this is since it's consumed as a service. So customer is able to build this infrastructure within minutes, rather than building the whole physical infrastructure in different co-location points as they were doing before going with Alkira's solution. And then this customer quickly expanded to add more regions. They brought up one more CXP. They added one more cloud. Here you see AWS here as well, along with Microsoft. With 3 CXPs being in there, this customer has full mesh routed, segmented connectivity, high-speed, low-latency connectivity between these 3 CXPs. There are multiple segments coming into each of these CXPs. Each CXP is connected to multiple clouds, and then there is on-prem connectivity coming into each of these CXPs. And again, as you can see, there is AWS's Direct Connect coming into one of the CXPs. There's SD-WAN in another CXP, and they're also leveraging plain IPsec from one of their existing CP devices to connect to these CXPs over internet. So multiple ways of coming into these CXPs, multiple regions, multiple CXPs, high-speed transport between these regions as well, and connectivity from any endpoint to any endpoint in this case. So as you can see, this customer quickly expanded with Alkira, and they have further plans to expand into other regions as well. And other regions include international regions also. You can visit our website to learn more about Alkira's network cloud. You can also get registered on our website, and you can start consuming Alkira's service. Please also visit us in our booths at ONAG, and you can chat with one of our specialists in our booths. Um, Thank you very much for attending this session, and hope you have a great rest of the day, as well as you enjoy the rest of the ONAG.